আমি শোভন ইসলাম, আমি স্প্যারো গ্রুপের ম্যানেজিং ডিরেক্টর, বিজিএমএ সাবেক পরিচালক। I'm one of the largest exporter. I export about 3,200 crores of garments all over the world, but mostly America and Europe. I employ about 18,000 people. Basically, the expectation is that Bangladesh's foreign ministry should work as a bridge to establish the business needs, correct, to the outside world. You know, our all business partners, the rest of the world, kintu amader business partners. So Bangladesh, the foreign ministry should, work as a bridge. So that was my expectation, that I will hear something about our development partners. I will hear something of the policymakers and what the foreign ministry is doing about the bridging the gap, enabling our businesses to grow, diversifying the market, diversifying new product, diversifying exports, and actually facilitate new exports that we are already doing, correct? So all these aspects we want to hear from the development partners as well as the policymakers. The new budget has just been announced, so we are very eager to hear what that new budget is directly from the finance minister about the budget. At the same time, the foreign minister was there. So a lot of the free trade agreement, as you know, is pending. So we have to do a lot of free trade agreement with all the countries now that we are coming out of LDC graduation. So we wanted to hear more about that as well. So it was good to be here and hear the policies, that they have a very forward-looking policies. They are going on the right path. So we're very happy to hear all that. First of all, as you know that we are also investors. So আমরা যারা দেশি উদ্যোক্তা আছি তারা কিন্তু প্রচুর পরিমাণে ইনভেস্ট করি দেশে। So that investment has not been growing for last 24 months. 18 months of the caretaker government, and now the new government has just came in for 3 months. But I see a movement, correct? We constantly invested in Bangladesh, and we constantly face tremendous amount of barrier. Just to give you an example, I started a new factory in September of 2024, just after the caretaker government took over. It took me almost 19 months to get my bond license. So I was mentioning that to the NBR chairman today. If that type of barrier exists, how a foreign investor will come in? When the local investors are not able to do, how the foreign investor will come in? The second part is availability of capital. Where we get the money? The 14% interest, if you invest borrowing the money at a 14% interest, your economy you cannot sustain this, because you don't make 15%, 20% profit in today's days and age to actually have profit with the 14% interest rate. So there has to be cost of fund that has to come down, and if you can bring the cost of fund down by opening up the bond and other market, then that will be really good. Absolutely, the new budget has been very forward thinking and very forward looking budget. It was very obviously very aggressive budget, and it's very going to be very tough to actually achieve whatever vision is laid out. But I think it's a good vision, because for a long time we have a contractionary policy. সংকোচনমূলক নীতি বাংলাদেশে ছিল। There is no growth in Bangladesh, correct? GDP actually did not grow, the loan did not grow. We have a negative growth in public, private borrowing. আপনি জানেন আমাদের private sector borrowing is negative. So this budget actually giving us a lot of hope. Some of the benefits that we are getting directly off the bat is আমাদের জন্য কিছু ফান্ড অ্যারেঞ্জ করা হয়েছে গভর্নমেন্টের ফিসকাল পলিসিতে, যেগুলো একটু লো কস্ট ইন্টারেস্ট, লাইক এক্সপোর্ট ক্রেডিট ফর এক্সাম্পল, এটা 5% ইন্টারেস্ট। সিমিলারলি আমাদের যে অ্যাডসোর্স ট্যাক্স সেটিকে কমানো হয়েছে। সো উই আর ভেরি হ্যাপি অ্যাবাউট সাম অফ দিস থিং। সাম অফ দ্য চেঞ্জেস আর অলসো ব্রট ইন টু দ্য বন্ড ফেসিলিটি। So all these things actually going to help us going forward to continue our investment, make it more sustainable, make it more profitable, grow our export. At the same time, this will bring in foreign investment to Bangladesh. Sure, the Ministry of Finance, my main suggestion to them is that আমরা এটাকে বলতে চাই অনেক সময় প্রণোদনা, কিন্তু এটা প্রণোদনা না, এটা ইনসেন্টিভ ইজ ভেরি মাচ নেসেসারি ইন আওয়ার কারেন্ট ফিসকাল এনভায়রনমেন্ট। কারণ আমরা কিন্তু অন্যান্য কম্পিটিটরের সাথে অনেকগুলো আমরা ব্যারিয়ারে ভুগি, সেই জন্য আমাদের কম্পিটিশনে এগিয়ে যাওয়া খুব মুশকিল হয়ে যাচ্ছে। For example, India give a huge incentive to the export-oriented RMG sector and textile sector. এই ধরনের কিছু ইনসেন্টিভ যদি আমরা some form of rebates or taxation-এর মাধ্যমে পাই, then our RMG sector can even further grow. All the new opportunity sector that we talked about today, digital platforms, creative platforms, the outsourcing, all these sector can also keep on growing if we have some incentivized things. But since the RMG is already a mature sector, RMG sector still have a long way to grow. We don't need much help from the government, just a little bit of fiscal support and a little bit of push so that we get the competitive advantage and it can compete. So that whatever policy our competitors are implementing, if the government can just match us, our entrepreneurs can do the rest. Government can focus on other sector which is not mature. We are mature sector, we can grow this to, right now we are about a $40 billion. Our vision is $100 billion. So we can really get to a $100 billion RMG export in Bangladesh, which will tremendously help the export sector.